I always have to be uncomfortable at the expense of your ego and what you want? That's not happening anymore. Action.
Hey.
What's up, guys? It is officially our last night in Mexico, and we're sad to go, especially because this resort that we got upgraded to is magnifico.
It is.
Since you guys are here, make sure you go ahead and subscribe.
Do it.
Like.
Do it.
Comment.
Do it.
And hit the post notifications.
Do it.
Obviously.
Just do it all.
Just do it.
One-stop shop.
So, this video is going to be a PSA.
Like, this is not a test.
It's not a test. This is a PSA about guys passing their place.
What does that mean to pass your place?
What does that mean to pass? That means to step over any boundary that has been clearly identified in a relationship between two people.
Boom.
And you guys seem to
look it up. Webster's Dictionary. It's in there.
You guys seem to do this a lot. And we are going to be speaking about this in the context of friendships with guys.
Right.
And I'm sure this is going to bring about a whole other conversation as to whether guys and girls can be friends. That's for another day. Right now, we're just discussing the fact that we've had these experiences where guys they get a little too comfortable, and you have to think to yourself, like, did I make you that comfortable?
Yeah.
Or are you delusional?
Is it me?
Is it you? Sis?
It's gotta be one of us.
There's no way it can be us. So we're just gonna share two similar stories, and then we're just gonna discuss why this is not okay, and hopefully it sheds some light or brings some insight into how you should operate in a relationship with a friend, a girlfriend that's supposed to be just platonic. I'm gonna give you guys the very short version because it's very long. And
I love stories.
So basically, I met this guy years ago, and we went out once, and nothing ever came of it. And then we didn't really talk for maybe like a year or so, and then randomly we just started talking again, and we would do this on and off all the time. Like, we would just kind of pop in each other's lives. And over the years, right, which is very normal.
Yeah.
Over the years, there was always obviously like an attraction towards one another, and there was always like a chemistry, but nothing ever came of it for whatever the reasons were. So fast forward to, let's just say this happened last year. Randomly out of the blue, I was like, hey, I wonder how this person's doing. Let me message them and see what's going on. And I messaged them, and that was the start of
a downward fall.
Yeah, like a disaster. So when I messaged him to see how he was doing, he was the same as usual, like things are good, work's good, life's good. There was something that was telling me intuitively to look into somebody on his social media. And I'm not typically this person. I don't care. I don't typically care about what's going on with other people. But something was telling me that he was not being honest about everything that was going on in his life.
Right.
So I went onto his page, and I seen this girl. So I went on the girl's page, and I seen that they were in a relationship. I think that if you're in a relationship with somebody, you should just be very clear about that, like transparent.
Yeah.
Like, why are you hiding the fact that you have a relationship with somebody?
Yeah.
That's super sketchy to me. So,
of course.
Whatever. If nothing at all, we're supposed to be friends. I don't see why you sharing who's in your life would be an issue.
Yeah.
And I basically called him out on it, and he made it seem as though he's trapped in this horrible situation that he can't get out of because this girl that's half his weight and like probably half his height has a gun to his head telling him that he can't leave, otherwise he's dead. I was annoyed about the fact that he didn't tell me about the relationship, but I was more annoyed about the fact that he was making it seem as though it wasn't as serious as it was. I think I found out maybe a week or two later that she was actually pregnant and about to have his child, bear his firstborn, which is fantastic if that's the space that you're in the relationship you're in. Like I said, we hadn't spoken for months prior to us talking again, but this is where the trouble begins. So not only did I have to bring to you the fact that you have a girlfriend and are in a whole relationship.
Surprise!
I now have to bring up the fact that
child on the way.
You have a child on the way?
Surprise.
When I found out about his girlfriend and I brought it to his attention, he basically was trying to talk to me as if he was not in a relationship. Like, I really like you, I want to be with you, all of that lame stuff that you guys like to kick. So
yeah, you.
Having all of that said, now I know that you have a girlfriend, you have a baby on the way. I am respectfully, now I put up a post about this the other day where the post said something like, be the kind of woman that other women can trust. And I think that a lot of girls, I think that a lot of women or girls maybe don't have any integrity when it comes to how they deal with other people's boyfriends or husbands. Like, if I know that you are in a relationship, that couldn't be more of a turn off to me.
Yes.
I basically told him, like, you know what? It's unfortunate that things couldn't work out between us because the timing was never ever right. We could never get it together, but this is what it is. This is your new life now, and I wish you nothing but the best. But you know, we can always be friends if you ever need to like reach out to talk. I'll always be here. But you and I being anything more than friends will never happen now because this is what your circumstances are.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward now to the Christmas time. Christmas was coming up, and my family went away, and he was going to the same place as my family, and he was like, oh, you know, I'm going away. And I'm not gonna tell the girlfriend, because I'm trying to get away from her and I want nothing to do with her.
Oh my god.
And I want you to come on vacation with me for the holidays.
Say word.
My answer was immediately no, because I already had this conversation with you where I let you know that we are nothing more than friends. The answer is no. And you know why the answer is no. So whatever, he's very persistent about me coming, told me he was gonna pay for my flight to come out. The long and the short of it is that I kept saying no, and I obviously didn't go. At that point, I was just like, you know what? You're just showing me who you are. Like, if you can sit here and you can tell me that you're not happy with the situation that you're in with this girl that you're clearly in a relationship with. And that's another thing. If you're in this miserable relationship, why not end it? Why do you have to be with someone because you're having a child? Like, you can still be an exceptional parent and not be in a relationship with that person, but you probably love this girl. I hate when I have to do this to people. I had to tell him, like, you know, if you and I were dating and you went through my, because I said to him, like, you know, I would hate for her to find out that you're doing this. And he's like, oh, she would never look in my phone, blah, 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 blah. And I had to be like, you know, if for whatever the circumstances were, you and I were together and you went through my phone and you seen me telling a guy that I'm miserable in my relationship, I don't want to be with him, I really want to be with you, that's going to be okay?
It's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if you can't do anything like in public with me, why do you feel like you can do it in private?
Yeah.
Why would you ever think in your conscious mind that you can talk to me like that?
Yeah, like, you know better.
Like, what kind of girl do you think that I am that I'm like, oh, you know what? He says that he doesn't like her, he doesn't want to be in this relationship with her. Let me try things out.
The clouds are made of cotton candy and rain is made of gumdrops.
No.
I wish.
Like, no.
And why don't guys ever think, like, why don't they think that we look at it like, if you're going to do this to someone else, when you get with me, what makes me think you're not going to do it with me? Like,
how does that not...
Why doesn't that ever cross guys' minds?
So I had to basically break it down to him why he is passing his place and why he's crossing boundaries. And it's like he's not understanding why his actions are wrong. One, you have a girlfriend, so that would constitute you cheating on her.
Right.
Two, you have a child on the way and you are still in a relationship with this girl, so you guys are now becoming a family.
Yeah.
Three, you know me better than to think that I'm some girl from around the way that's going to just come in and ruin, or, well, I guess in your mind you don't think you're ruining, I'd be ruining a relationship, but I'm just this around the way girl that's gonna come in and...
Homewrecker.
Right. I need you guys to really help me. Like, I really need you guys to drop comments and help me to understand what the thought process is behind you trying to talk to me when you have a whole girlfriend.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, most likely he's telling the mother of his child something completely different. Like, if in some crazy world I got to have a conversation with her, I'm sure she would tell me that you thought that everything was okay and you're so happy that we're working things out or whatever the case may be. So it's like, you know, you're feeding me one thing, you're feeding her one thing, and then all of a sudden that's like females, like we attack each other, but it's like, no, there's a common denominator and it's neither of us.
It's definitely you. It's not until like I raise my voice or I become very ignorant.
She turned into the Hulk.
Like, it's like I have to become this very belligerent, ignorant person for you to then be like, I don't even think it clicked for them then.
Yeah,
at that point, it's just like, you're being a bitch.
And then they just scare you away.
Exactly. And this is exactly why you are not with anybody, because, and it's like, no, sis.
XYZ.
No, sis. It's because you're a whole idiot. That's my issue with you guys crossing boundaries, and I feel like you guys, if very plain and simple rules are outlined for a relationship between you and somebody else, just follow them. And if it comes to a point where you feel like your feelings are changing for them, then be transparent about it.
You heard her.
That's it. That's really it.
Yes.
Anyway, sis, you go ahead and tell your story, because it's a whole movie.
I'm Jasmine. I am this beautiful lady's younger sister. I feel like you guys don't really know much about me. You just always see me everywhere, all the time, every day with her. But yeah, we basically do everything together. We tell each other everything. She knows the story already, actually, when it happens. Like, I was on the phone immediately. You won't believe what just happened.
No way.
Drop everything you're doing. This guy tried it.
He tried it. He for sure tried it.
I'll try not to go too far back for too long. But basically, I just met this guy, and I'm going to call him Todd. Yes. So I met Todd like 10 years ago. Anyways, so I met him, and yeah, we, you know, tried to build a relationship then, but nothing really ever came of it. And then I dated other people, he dated other people, but we're always like really cool. He was there like as I was growing up as like a young lady and like developing into who I am right now. So he knew a lot about me, and that's why this story kind of shocks me, because he knows better.
He definitely knows better.
Yeah, past his place. Very recent, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I got a message from him. Oh, wait, so
Pause.
a couple of months ago, he told me that he had a child on the way, which is fine, of course. We were just cool. There was no type of relationship or status of what we were. We were just cool. So there was no problem with that, but he told me that he had a child on the way, and I was like, that's great, congratulations. Like, who's the girl or whatever. They're not technically together, and they weren't together when she got pregnant, but whatever, that's fine. I'm just telling you that so that you know that he has a child on the way. That's an important part of the picture. And that there's a girl that's kind of in his life, kind of not, but he should still have some sort of respect for her. So,
as the mother of his child to be.
So, as I was saying, 3 weeks ago maybe, he messaged me just to be like, hey, what's up? It was Friday. So, he messaged me like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? And I was like, oh, nothing. Like, it's such a long, stressful day at work. Like, I need a drink when I get off. And he's like, yeah, I need one too. And I was like, cool. And he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I don't really have any plans for the evening. And he was like, yeah, let's do something. And I was like, sure, why not? Here I am thinking like, I don't know, typically when somebody asks me if I want to do something, it's like, let's go to, I don't know, Joey's or Cactus Club or something like that. Like, let's go and have
Let's go to a restaurant.
drinks.
Yeah.
Let's go in public.
Yeah.
Where there's people.
For sure.
People can see us. Because, you know, we don't have any type of like intimate relationship, so.
We're friends.
This guy is like, let's go to a hotel and get 2 bottles.
For what? For what? For what?
He's more mad than I am. We know what that means.
We know what that means.
Just like we know what Netflix and chill means, we know what hotel means, and we know what alcohol means.
We sure do.
We're all adults. Let's not pretend and play this game of, no, we're just gonna hang out and watch movies
just two friends.
And chat and like, kill it. Somehow I was like, oh, like, why would you want to do that as opposed to us going out? Because we don't have that type of relationship. And he was like, I don't want people to see me out with you when I'm with this girl, not with this girl.
You tried it.
I texted him and I put LOL. I was like, are you treating me like your dirty little secret? And then I was like, Jasmine, you're much better than that. Call him. I picked up my phone with a quickness. And I don't know why, but rage just took over.
You got mad.
Rage took over.
Yeah.
Because at first I don't know, it made me laugh. Like, he can't be serious. You know when you laugh and you're like, no, you gotta be kidding me.
But that's the quiet before the storm.
Exactly.
Sis was not having it. And like you said, instead of exchanging words via text because you didn't want anything to be lost through translation, you said, let me give this guy a call.
Yes.
So we can be very clear about what it is that you're asking and what it is that I'm understanding that you're asking.
So the first call we had was very short. It was just like me basically telling him, like, I feel like you're disrespecting me. Like, you've known me for a very long time. You know the type of person I am. You know that I'm not going to see you behind closed doors, which is what you want to do.
Right.
So I'm kind of hurt that you would treat me like that because I'm better than that.
That's
and he was instantly like, I didn't mean it like that. You took it the wrong way.
Because we're always...
How do I take...
We're always wrong.
A hotel and bottles the wrong way? Like that, no, I didn't read between the lines. You definitely were putting that out there. Mind you, he never apologized throughout that whole conversation. He was like, you know, I see where you're coming from. Like, okay. He kept saying like, okay, but not at any point was he like, I'm sorry for saying that and making you feel that way. Even though that's not how I meant it to come across. I'm sorry that you took it that way. There was never an apology. He was basically telling me that he could do whatever he wants. He's not with this girl. They're just having a child together. But it would be better if we were behind closed doors as opposed to out in public. Because if we were out in public and someone saw us, there would be an issue with his soon-to-be mother of his child.
But you can do whatever you want. So what's the issue?
So that's A. But B is, if you shouldn't be with me in public, should you be with me in private?
That's the most important question.
You know that us being together, is wrong. So why are we gonna do it then behind closed doors so that there's no way you can get caught? That's wrong. But I had to explain it until he could understand, and he just wouldn't understand. He was like, you know what? You could have just said no. I've said no continuously. Yeah. I said no last week when you asked me to hang out. I said no last month when you asked me to hang out. When you told me that you're expecting a child and you asked me, I said no. So at some point, because I feel like we're close enough, I've known you long enough, and I expect better of you, as opposed to saying just no, now I have to let you know why it's a no and why I keep saying no. And I also have to question why you keep asking me. Yeah. So that's why it became a conversation as opposed to just no.
Well, you weren't getting the no anyway,
exactly.
So it needed to be a conversation.
So coming to the end of the conversation, I was like, you know what? I thought that I would be respectful towards you and come to you and let you know that I didn't really appreciate it, and I feel like you should stop asking me because you have whatever situation going on. So I brought that conversation to Todd. I was like, you know what? I could be one of those girls, because there's a lot of girls out there that are like, you know what? I'm gonna take all of the messages that you're sending me and all the inappropriate things you're sending me, and I could throw it on the internet for you to understand that what you're doing is wrong. Because sometimes when people don't hear things, they have to feel things.
They sure do.
So I definitely could have took the approach of being super petty and just put all of that out there. But instead, I approached you. But I could have approached you in a completely different way that I'm sure we've all seen the mess on Instagram or whatever social media outlets. And so instantly when I said that, he was like, oh, that's the type of girl you are? You would do something like that? He's like, now I can't trust you. Good, that's great that I know what type of person you are.
And it's like, I need you to pause for just a second, and I need you to hear me. I'm not saying that I'm going to air your business out there or air our conversations out. What I'm saying is, how would you feel if I didn't treat you with the respect that I thought that you had for me? How comes the dots don't connect?
They don't.
But now you can hear me. Now that I've said something as extreme as I'm gonna put your dirty laundry on or air your business on social media, now you can hear what I'm saying to you.
Exactly.
How comes you couldn't hear when I said no, just the one word, on multiple occasions? This is why they have Me Too movement. Not to say that Todd and the guy in my example were doing anything in the realm of being sexually inappropriate. Why do I always have to be uncomfortable at the expense of your ego and what you want? That's not happening anymore. I think it's a lot more conducive for me to explain to you why I'm upset.
Yes, yeah.
Where the issue is, how you played a part in that, and why you shouldn't do it again.
Yeah, so that we can just move forward then, as opposed to...
You have so much ego. You literally just hear what you guys want to hear.
Yeah, no, let's Todd, you are that person to a T.
Yeah. We're just trying to reason with you guys, and you're so exhausting. So not have I said no, I've explained to you why I've said no. I've given you an example of why I've said no. But now because you haven't heard 1, 2, or 3, now I have to curse you out.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I don't want to be that person, but you made me do it.
Hear me when I speak.
Exactly. It's frustrating. Like, you're a child. Like, it's frustrating when you have to repeat yourself over and over and over again. Especially to someone who's an adult already.
Exactly.
Like, that's even more frustrating. So...
Like, are you a baby?
Help me help you.
Help me. Ultimately.
Like, I am more than willing to talk through a situation, to see your point, for you to hear my points, and for us to come together and have some sort of mutual agreement.
Absolutely. We don't have to agree. But at the very least, you need, and I think that a lot of guys think that, oh, we're just trying to be right and we just want to win an argument. And it's like, no, I just at the very least need you to understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So, sorry, the takeaways are, once boundaries have been made, if you guys are going to agree to be in a platonic relationship, respect the boundaries.
Yeah,
that's it. I think that's probably the only takeaway. I don't even know how else to simplify it. Like, you guys are so hard of hearing. So what are the 2 takeaways? Listen to hear and respect boundaries.
Yes!
Hooray!
We could write a book.
We could write a book.
2 pages.
Exactly. A and
First
B.
rule, second. Boom.
Done. Anyways, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.
Here in Mexico.
Thank you guys for watching. We will see you in the next vlog because she will probably be with me.
We'll see you back in Toronto.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.